public? Yeah, I gotta get that. Yeah, so I gotta get the thing for kids, get that.
Where's this mount?
Hey, sir, how's it going? What's that?
Where's the mount?
Oh, it didn't work.
Not surprised.
Hey. I got you something. I spilled it myself.
I'm looking for the mistake here. Is this mine? Yeah, that's awesome.
I don't think so.
gosh, that's amazing.
All right, for everybody's tuning in to a bunch of youth hockey on a Friday night. This is an interesting one, I will say. In the Music City Winter Classic, we've got the 14U AA Junior Preds up against the 13-0 AA Junior Preds. So to say there's some friends on the ice, some friends in the stands, we've got quite a packed house here. Ought to be an interesting game. The 13-0 team won their first game earlier today, and the 14U team tied their first game earlier today. Nick Hoffman on the far side, Luke Brown down the middle. And Luke Brown catches the side of the net and knocks it off. So you got Luke, Nick. Yeah, I was going to say that face-off's going to come out the neutral zone. You got Luke, Nick, and Luke Doble with Brooks Van Dorsten and Winston on D. Nick comes away with that one. Loose puck. Goalie covers up. You don't see this very often with two teams from the same club going against each other. Brooks got that up to Nick. Nick handed it off to Luke. Luke goes into the boards. Not even sure how I'm going to call this game. Because they're both junior Preds, I guess I'll have to say 13s and 14s. That cross-ice pass to Carson, he missed that. 13s tried to clear the zone, but Talon kept that in. Campbell coming on and onto his shift. Puck scoots out, back to Will at the point. Will takes a shot. Bouncing puck kind of, or a fluttering puck going in. Misses the net. Carson in the corner. Shields the defender away from the puck. Then gets pinned back there. Comes away with it. Still looking for an option. Sends it all the way back to Talon at the point. Talon's shot got deflected. 13's coming away with it. And Talon closes that down. Or shuts that down. Campbell goes all the way around there. Trying to find an open man in the middle. And just missed that pass. So then Carson comes away with it. That shot goes wide. Griffin sends it up to Jonah. Jonah and Jackson and Rulli coming on now. That line. Griffin's going to wind up for a shot. That shot ricochets off the post and out of play. Griffin ripped that. Might have been one of the hardest shots I've seen him make all year long. Jackson's shot stopped by a goalie. Now the 13s dump it in. Tyler back there. He's going to try to swing it up the boards, but he got taken out. Shot from Jonah. Goalie makes a save. So what's interesting here is you even have some of the kids in the same classes in this game based on the birth years. Hudson Cerulli goes to school with one of the kids on the 13-0 team. So we got a lot of interesting storylines here. Grant tried to center that pass in front of the net. That was lost. 13's come away with it. And they're going to be offside. 13's come into the offensive zone. That shot's blocked by Brooks. But 13's come away with it. Nice centering pass there. And the 13s are going to get the first goal of the game. Loose puck in front of the net. And the 13s get on the board first. Nick comes up this near side, battling with the defender. Now 13's come over with it, but Talon collects that puck in the neutral zone. Nick lofts it off his stick. Now Luke tried to chip it up to try to chip it back, and it actually got deflected back toward the goalie, so loose puck all over the place there. So 1-0 13 Junior Preds. I should call them 2012s. That's basically what 13-0 is. The 14Us actually have a couple of young kids on their team too. Carson here, the one with the puck, is actually younger. And a goalie starting in this game, Hayden, is younger too. Loose puck in front, in the crease. And that play is going to stop. Back to the point for Griffin. Griffin's shot pad saved by the goalie. Griffin sends it back down deep. Huddy goes for the puck. Got tripped, no call. Griffin's going to pick this up, head of steam. He's just going to bring it into the zone himself. There you got him chasing his own dump in. Well, he's waiting for a line change here. Huddy Minturn keeps it in. Hutz Ruley is on the ice now with, that's kind of a mixed shift. Carson back behind the net. Protecting, but nobody's there. So Jackson goes and collects it. Collision in neutral zone. So Ruley's pass up to Jackson, then Jackson to Jonah. That puck stays in the zone, so opportunity here for the 14s to capitalize on some offensive zone time. But this looks like, yep, then the 13s are going to get it out of the zone. A little back check there from Hudson over to Jackson. Jackson comes in, nice job of coming and getting that puck. He's going to bring it in, comes around the defender, takes a shot, blocker saved by the goalie. Now Jonah over there on that corner. He's going to send it back down deep. Good job of Good job of Sully there to rub the player off the puck, and he's going to chase a loose puck in the offensive zone. And that one slips off of Sully's stick, but then good poke check, good stick poke. Yeah, good poke check by Talon there. Will sends it across to Sully, but that was a little behind him. Looks like Hank tried to get it back out to Sully, and that was just bouncing around a couple of players. Now the 13s break out. Dump a puck in on Hayden. Hayden pushes it aside. Good stick there by Lucas to read that pass. He's going to take himself into the zone. He tried to skirt around the defender, but lost it. And the 13s come back the other way. That's Griffin staying home right there, trying to get it out of the zone, but couldn't. Good job of Tyler there to knock the player off the puck. And then Tyler makes a nice block there. And he's going to dump it in and go off for a change. They got Luke Doble, Lucas, and Nick on the ice for the forwards. Brooks over to Winston. Winston's taking it up the ice. He's going to draw a tripping penalty. And Junior Preds 14s will go on the first power play of the game. 5:39 left in the first. Junior Preds 13-year-olds up 1-0. Fourteens will go with Nick, Griffin, Lucas, Huddy, and Hank on the power play. That one scooted past Hank at the point. He's going to have to retreat and bring it back in. Lucas gets it over to Nick. Nick back in the middle to Lucas, slid off of his stick. And that one comes out in neutral zone. Griffin sends it up to Nick. Nick brings it all the way in over to Huddy. Huddy tried to sneak it in back door there, couldn't. Griffin dumps it down deep. Huddy looking for somebody to give it off to. He does. He gives it to Lucas. Lucas back out to Griffin. Griffin cheating in. That shot blocked on its way in. Huddy has it now behind the net. Nobody really playing him. Lucas had it on his stick, but tried to slide it back over to Huddy. That puck just died right there. Hank over to Lucas. Lucas into Huddy. Huddy's pass on the backside to Nick just missed. And now Nick's going to cycle back in after bringing it up in the neutral zone. He's got it. Stopped by the goalie. Penalty winding down here. Huddy takes a shot. That goes high. So a couple of good chances on the power play, but nothing doing for the 14s. Just under 4 minutes to go in the first. And that's going to be an offside as the puck sort of came out of the zone, and then Talon tried to put it right back in. And the referee caught that one. Carson Campbell Huddy on the ice right now as the forwards with Talon and Will. Now a trip against Carson is going to put the 13-year-olds on a power play here at the end of the first. So just about 3:30 left in the first, and the 14-year-olds are going to be shorthanded here. Down 1 goal. Jackson gets it through the zone with Ruley chasing. Now the 13-year-olds break out here through the zone. The 14s have it covered pretty well right here. Good back check by Hudson. Hudson scoots it up to Jackson. And Jackson up through the neutral zone. He's just going to try to dump it in. He does. It was got kind of partially deflected there, so 13-year-olds get back on it. We're going to wave off icing on that. 25 seconds left in the penalty. 2:25 left in the first. Oh, Griffin lost that off the stick, so he's just going to have to try to get it out of harm's way. And penalty expires. Hayden makes a glove save there to keep the game 1-0 13-year-olds. 1-0 13s, I should say. The penalty expires for 5-on-5 here. Grant tried to chip that back to a forward. Coming down the middle. He did for momentarily, but Preds 14s couldn't keep control. Griffin has it on his stick and tries to take it off. Tries to take it himself. And it looks like it's going to be offside on the 13s. 1:26 left in the first. 13 still with a 1-0 lead. Will cycles on the far boards there. Taken away momentarily. Loose puck in the middle here. Still loose puck in the Preds 14-year-old zone. This is quite strange calling this game with two junior Preds teams. That puck scoots out. Grant chasing. We got roughing on both of them. Looks like Grant gets a roughing, and the 13-year-old junior Preds get a roughing as well. So this will be 5-on-5, 2 players in the box. 44 seconds left in the first. Good play there by Brooks, but then he loses it. Hayden has to make a save, and then cleaned up by Lucas in front. Nick takes off down this near side, puts on the brakes, tried to find Lucas in the middle. That puck just goes wide. of Lucas's reach. Luke Doble tried to center it. That goes back to the 13s. And that'll be the end of the first. 13s go into the first intermission with a 1-goal lead, 1-0.
Request overtime.
All right, as we start the second period, 14s with a couple of chances there in the offensive zone. Sorry, I stepped away for a minute. Got Tyler bringing it up the ice with Carson, Campbell, and Huddy. They got Huddy back at the point, helping out as the defenseman was pinching. Jackson over in the corner. Huddy tried to keep it in, couldn't. Tyler retreats. So now you got Jackson, Ruley, and Jonah on the ice. Good pass up through the neutral zone for the 13s. Talon intercepts that pass as it came across. Ruley there to take it and get it up to Jackson. Jackson's going to bring it into the zone, but Jonah's way offside. In other news, that is completely clean. There is no penalty on that. That is a bad call. What exactly is it? Roughing? Because you can call anything roughing? What? Situation where the hit looks worse, I think, than anything else, and Brooks is going to get called for a boarding, I think, with a 2 and 10, and the hit was clean in the chest. I'm not sure exactly what the ref was looking at. Ban him. Yeah. Yeah.
Well, one ban a minor, one ban a major.
Sorry about that. I was talking to a fan here, and I think my mic was on. But anyway, so Preds are shorthanded here. 14s are shorthanded. Nick comes up the ice shorthanded, goes wide, takes a shot, puck loose in front. Goalie's going to cover up, stop play there. So that penalty is apparently a boarding, which is going to carry with it a 10-minute misconduct, which didn't look like boarding at all. And I really got to see it again because I don't understand how it looked like he caught him in the front and the kid hit the boards, and that's not boarding. Will shot deflected up front, but then the goalie makes a save there, nice and square. I was going to say, in other news, the United States lost to Finland today in the World Juniors in the quarterfinals in overtime. Luke Doble catches that on his stick, but now it's back to Winston at D, and he's going to dump it in deep. Still 14 seconds left on the penalty, so Preds will get man out of the box in about 10 seconds, but Brooks will have to stay in there for his full 10 because of the misconduct that a boarding penalty carries with it, which is why the boarding penalty really has to be right, because it's a pretty significant penalty. This is Sully. Shot goes high. A little too much mustard on that one. Good stick there by Griffin. Gets it up to Sully. Sully's got a clear net. Shot scores! Great pass by Griffin. Awesome pass by Griffin to get it up to Sully in the neutral zone. Beat the defenders for the 13s. Ties the score at 1. Carson found that one on his stick after he blocked it, but they're saying that he blocked it beyond the blue line, which ends up in an offside. So now Campbell brings it in, dumps it. Carson on the other side. Well, he reverses course, but loose puck in the middle finds Huddy finds it on his stick. He can't find any room, but then Carson does. He puts a backhander on net, and that one goes up into the netting. Stops play. About 3 minutes gone in the second. Now the score is tied at 1. Carson behind the net. Finds Huddy in the middle. Huddy's shot. Saved by the goalie. Point blank. Goalie read where that was going. Or else that is 2-1 14s. But goalie made a great anticipation on that one of the shot. And got his shoulder on it. Made the save. Now you got Ruley, Jackson, and Jonah on the ice. On his stick! He lost his stick and he was being held! Sorry about that. I actually thought I was muted there, but you could hear that I was thinking that the 13's got away with a hold. Ruley was getting his stick held. Now he's coming in on his offside. Now he's just going to cycle it around, try to get it to Jonah, but that went right past Jonah. Now Will pinches down in. He's got it behind the net. He's just going to cycle, wait for some reinforcements. Really good job of Will there to wait for some reinforcements, but then his shot gets blocked. But Jackson keeps it in and puts it down low. Oh, Sully finds it on his backhand. He has it behind the net. He's going to send it back to the point to Talon. Talon's shot goes wide. Will pinches down. The 13s are going to clear it. And that actually was on net. So Hayden comes out, bumps it up to Will. Will to Hayden, or Will to Hank. Hank still has it on his stick, but then that's knocked away by the 13s. 13s are coming back with numbers, but back check by the 14s. Actually get the puck back. Lucas coming wide. Really no angle there. He's going to go around the net. He cycles, leaves it for Griffin. Griffin sends it back down deep. Hank to Lucas. Lucas's shot between the legs of the goalie, and he, I think, pinched it. So, whoa, it's right underneath him. That is close. It beat him. It beat the goalie between the legs, but man, he pinched it and kept it out of the net. Wow. Another nice save. One game, 7:40 to go in the second. Lucas gets kicked out of the faceoff dot, not sure for what. Really good stick there by Griffin to reverse that puck. And that shot goes wide and swings all the way around. Nick gets it on his stick. Avoids the check. Sent it over here to Luke Doble. Luke back to the point. Tyler trying to keep control of it. Tyler sends it back down deep. Lucas behind the net tried to find Nick. That puck was deflected. Tyler keeps it in. Tyler's shot goes wide. Huddy dancing behind the net, trying to figure out what to do with it here. He still has it on his stick. Tried to get it out to Nick. That puck was deflected. Sends it over. Now Tyler sends it over to Winston. Winston's shot deflected high. Lucas to Nick. Nick's shot goes just wide. Nick was in a good position there. His one-timer went just wide. Will up to Lucas. Lucas tried to feed Huddy, but that was a little out of his reach. Now Huddy has it on his stick in the neutral zone. He enters the offensive zone, surrounded by 13s. Tried to chip it back against the grain on goal, but that went high. Carson comes away with this. Carson has Campbell here down the middle. Now he goes all the way around the net. Hits the brakes. Finally had it taken away from him, but Talon keeps it in on the wall. And now this is chipped out by the 13s. Griffin with a nice job of getting back on that. And then the 13s are going to be offside. .5:18 to go in the second. This is really Jonah and Jackson. Griffin up to Jonah. Jackson found it on his stick. Tried to swing around for a shot. That was partially blocked. Tight game for a little over 4 minutes and counting down in the second. Jackson's going to dump it in. That line gets a change. Brooks still lonesome in the box for his 10-minute. Hey, that's got to be coming. That's got to be winding down his 10-minute. A shot on goal from the 13s, and Hayden's going to cover that and stop play with 3:38 to go in the second. So in terms of the tournament, the 14s really need to win this because the 13s won their first one and the 14s tied their first one. Sully picks it up here. He's got Grant on this far side. His shot deflected, but he gets it back. And then it scoots away. 13s come away into the neutral zone, but then Grant puts it right back into the offensive zone here. And the 13s dump that in to get it changed, and that's going to be icing. So the 13 junior Preds beat the Tri-State Spartan 13s 4-3 earlier, and the 14U junior Preds beat the tied the St. Louis Eagles earlier. Luke Douglas puts it behind into Luke Brown, but then got it back. Shot on goal, blocked. Goalie made a save. Talon puts it down deep in the corner. Luke Brown, surrounded by yellow jerseys. Will tried to put it on net. That was deflected. Talon's shot coming in. Goalie makes a glove save, stops the play. Just about 2 minutes to go in the second. To win the faceoff. Nick finds it on his stick, takes a shot. Goalie makes a save. This one is a tight one. 1 goal apiece toward the end of the second. And if you don't think there's a little pride on the line here, you'd be mistaken. 13s and 14s in the same organization. They got a 2-on-1 developing for the 13s. Good job there blocking the shot on goal. I think that might have been Lucas with the block, or maybe Brooks. Nick gets slashed coming in, no call. He still has the puck. He did it all by himself, put a shot on goal, and goalie didn't know he had it, but it was underneath him.
Way to go, Nick! That's some good work, Hoffman!
Nice pass there to Campbell, but missed the net. Huddy finds Carson on the far side, and that puck missed the net. 14s with a couple of chances here. Missed the net at the end of the second period. Carson brings it in, swinging around Campbell, in between a couple of other players. That shot hits the side of the net. Brings it back to the point. Griffin coming in, that shot goes a little wide. 20 seconds left to go in the period. Huddy puts on the brakes. Tries to go the other way, couldn't. Carson finds it on his stick just in the perfect spot in the slot. And his shot is also saved by the goalie. Bouncing puck just settled right down there. Right on Carson's stick. He's like, okay, I'll take the shot. Another good stop by the goalie for the 13s. shot from the 13s at the end of the period on a kind of a botched face-off.
Necessarily scary.
Goes wide. And so we go to the third, all tied up at 1. All right. Who's going to come away with this one, if anyone? Third period for all the marbles. Really tried to center that pass in front. Nobody could get a shot off. Might have been better off trying to take that shot. He was on his forehand. That puck's going to roll down for no icing for some reason. Griffin rims it all the way up to Tyler. Tyler tried to give it to Grant, but that didn't work. Now the 13s come away with it. Shot deflected in front. Hayden with a save. Hank tried to give it to Sully, but the 13s come away with it. Griffin rims it around. Looked like a high hit from the 13s, no call. Grant's going to dump it in, get a change. Nick intercepted it, couldn't get the puck back. Brooks blocks it off there at the blue line. Winston took the shot, that was deflected going in. Nick back to Brooks. Brooks takes the shot, looking for a tip. That one hit actually a 13, Junior Preds 13-year-old player going in. And now Nick picks up a loose puck. Finds himself all by himself, so puts a backhander on net. Goalie makes the save. He gets it back though and dumps it deep. Now Brooks finds the puck on his stick and he takes the shot. 2 shots actually. He got his own rebound. That one goes over the net. Winston with a stop and accelerates up to the neutral zone. He brought it all the way in, did all the dirty work. Come on! And he draws a penalty from the 13s. So roughing penalty on the 13s puts the 14 Junior Preds on the power play. Carson tried to rip it and couldn't. Now he still has the puck. And now it goes down on below the goal line. That was Huddy's pass, intercepted by the 13s. They're coming in. Outnumbered, but still got a shot. Went over the net. Now Campbell bringing it up through the neutral zone. Good stick work here to bring it into the zone. He's going to cycle back and find Talon at the point. Talon lost it at the point, though. Well, he chases the player down. They just lost it to him. And Campbell sweeps it over to Will. Will up to Huddy. Huddy feeds Carson. Carson goes wide. Loses the puck down below the goal line. But Huddy comes and helps out. Ten seconds left in the penalty. Shot and a save by Hayden. Puck was sitting on the back of the net there. Delayed penalty. It was delayed penalty on the 14-year-olds, and the 13s made a goal of it anyway. So 2-1, 13-year-olds. .9:15 to go in the third. Cross ice pass to Jackson. Jackson's on the far wall here. Tried to center it. That was taken away by the 13s. Jonah trying to find Jackson, that missed. Now Jonah just dumps it in as that line goes off on a change. Grant keeps it. I thought Grant kept it in there, and then they're saying that that puck scooted out of the zone. 8:05 to go. 14-year-olds need an equalizer here. Grant bringing it in, backhanded shot. Goalie gloves it, stops play. And 14s are going to get a power play here. Chance to tie it back up. Got Nick, Lucas, Huddy with Griffin and Tyler. That puck gets cleared out of the zone, so they'll have to reset. Lucas dropped it for Nick. Comes back to Griffin. Griffin's shot. Goalie makes a save. Face off over to the left side of the goalie. As you're viewing from home, it's your right side of the goal. And Nick looked like he was going to pass that for a minute and then takes the shot. Goalie covers up. Approaching 7 minutes to go in the third. $50 seconds to go in the penalty. Griffin's shot deflected. And the puck was loose for a minute, but I guess there was a whistle. I didn't even hear the whistle. Griffin's shot gets blocked up high. He's got it on the half wall down to Carson. Carson comes off the wall, though now he goes deep again. He draws two players. Made the right move there to get it back out to the middle, but nobody can get a shot off. Winston puts on the brakes again, sends it over to to Carson. Carson was off-handed there, sort of on his backhand, got all tied up. Now really behind the net, looking for somewhere to go. He sends it out to Winston. Winston's shot partially, or it was blocked by the goalie, but the rebound came out to Huddy, and Huddy couldn't convert on the rebound. Carson comes in, takes a shot, rebound. Oh, really had a wide open net and didn't convert it. Looked like it might have deflected off of a player. A missed opportunity there at the end of one penalty, but now the Preds 14s will go back on a power play with a tripping penalty against the 13s. Gotta capitalize on one of these. Oh my gosh, they're trying to give you the game back and you're not taking it, basically. You got Griffin, Tyler, Huddy, Lucas, and Campbell. Griffin pinches all the way down to get it to Huddy. Shot from Lucas. Puck's loose. And goalie comes up with it. Shot from the 13th, shorthanded, goes wide. Now Griffin has it. About a minute to go in the penalty. That pass misses Nick, but goes into the zone. No icing. And that one will be icing on the 13th. .41 seconds to go on the penalty. So Preds 14s have 41 seconds of power play here, trying to get an equalizer. Had a couple of opportunities that just haven't fallen. That shot from Carson's going to be beloved by the goalie. Shot from Campbell, deflected and hit post, and then goes out of play. Can't say they haven't had opportunities. Well, nice job from Campbell. Nice job from Campbell to bring that back to Brooks with a first shot. Brooks takes a shot looking for a deflection there, and it did get deflected, but it went out of play. Seven seconds to go on the power play. We got Ruley, Sully, and Jackson. Jackson gives it to Brooks. Brooks back over to Winston. Winston loses that off his stick. He sends it down low. And 13s are going to clear that, but that's going to be also icing. So penalty has expired. Preds still are not able, Preds 14s are still not able to get the goal on the power play. Game stays 2-1. 13s. 3:46 to go in the game. Will loses his footing there toward the blue line. Jackson's going to dump it down deep. Rulli behind the net. Rulli sends it back out to Talon. Talon's shot. Rebound left in front, but shipped wide by the 13s. Sully had it on his stick momentarily. And goalie's going to cover up with the puck loose in the crease. Shot from the 13th, blocked by Hayden. Jonah gets it up to Campbell. Talon over to Will. Jonah finds it on his stick. Going deep in the corner, sends it across. Nobody there. Actually, Campbell was there, but it was still out of his reach. Talon's shot goes in. Grant was trying to get a tip on it. It caught a little too much of his stick. And that shot from the 13s goes high. Will sends it up the boards to Nick. Nick picks it up on the boards. Has Campbell here in the middle. He's going to take the shot. And goalie made the save. Nick has it out front. He sends it to Griffin up top. Griffin's long-range shot. Gloved down by the goalie. 150. 150 to go in the game. 2-1. Junior Preds 13s. Carson's shot going to be saved by the goalie again. 51 seconds to go in this game. You've got Rulli, Luke, Huddy, Goble, Brooks, and Winston. Couple of passes passes in there, a shot that went wide. That puck's rimmed around. Winston races over to get it, but that's going to clear the zone, so he has to wait for everybody to check up. 25 seconds to go. Seconds. That shot goes wide. 10 seconds. Winston's shot blocked out front. And the 13-year-old junior Preds are 2.7 seconds away from coming away with this win. This will have to be a face-off win and a shot to have any chance here. So 13-year-old junior Preds beat the 14-year-old junior Preds in this match. The 14s will be back in action tomorrow at 8 o'clock a.m. Central Time. Try to salvage what they can in this tournament. They will go into that game with no wins, 1 loss, and 1 tie. So we'll see you tomorrow at 8 a.m. bright and early.